What's up, everybody? Trinity here, and welcome back to the 2nd Street Marvel. And here I am in my local comic book shop, Bases Cards and Comics, right here in Lancaster, California, to bring you guys my comic book review of Annihilation Scourge Omega. Now, this is obviously an issue number 1. It's an Omega. It's the very end of the Annihilation Scourge tale, or I guess it's a little mini event that's going on in Marvel Comics right now. And if you guys haven't been reading this Annihilation Scourge tale, I think you guys need to go out and check this one out. This event has actually been really good. Now, the writer on this book is Matthew Rosenberg. The penciler is Manuel Garcia. The inkers are Rafael Fonteries, Cam Smith, Wayne Foucher, and Manuel Garcia. The colorist is Federico Blee with Rochelle Rosenberg and Eric Arciniega. The letterer is VC's Corey Petit. The cover artist is Jose Maria Casanovas, and there are some very variant cover artists here as well. And I will go ahead and show you those names right here, just in case I butchered any of those. So guys, like I said, if you haven't been keeping up with this series, I think it's one that you should definitely go and check out. The books have actually been really good. It's just really a series of one-shot titles that have been coming out for this event. I know there was, oh gosh, what was there? There was Beta Ray Bill, there was Silver Surfer, there was obviously the Annihilation Scourge Alpha. That was the first one of the series. I believe there was a Fantastic Four and even a Nova book as well. There was several different titles, and I've reviewed each and every one of them here on the channel. Now, this is the end of this little mini-series, if you will, and I gotta tell you guys, this is really good. I really do like this book. I do have a couple of nitpicks about it, and most of those come in just in the fact that this book is largely just all action, and but it does tie the story up well, and it just seems like it's kind of goes at a killer nonstop pace, just like bam, bam, bam. It just goes right in it from the very beginning. So what we know basically is that Annihilus had come into, basically like the regular, I guess if you will, the regular Marvel universe from the negative zone to seek the help of some different people to come to the negative zone to help take care of the Annihilation Scourge, as basically the Cancerverse had been there trying to take things over. It had gone planet by planet, ravaging all the citizens, kind of taking them over and making them part of the Cancerverse. And really largely that was all due to the Sentry. And that's kind of what we learn in this book, as we see all the heroes coming together to fight against the Sentry and the Cancerverse here. And that's pretty much where it starts out. Again, you have to have read a lot of the different tie-ins to understand what's going on in this one, because this event was one that Marvel did right. And I got to tell you, I really have liked this one, man. I'll go ahead and show you some of the art here as we see some of the Fantastic Four in there. We see Beta Ray Bill in there without his hammer, because that's something that happened actually in his issue. You also see the Silver Surfer Black in there, or Silver. They make a joke about that, if he's the Silver Surfer, if he's they kind of blow that off. But again, we get a lot of action in here as we get all of these heroes, and I'll show you this really great spread here as they are trying to fight Sentry. They all have to kind of keep him pinned down to end up fighting him. But here's what happens: is we get all of these characters brought into the negative zone to help fight the Cancerverse here. And believe me when I say it takes every single one of these heroes to come in here and help fight them. And as the Cancerverse has been taken over, and they've been largely unstoppable and have pretty much decimated a lot of the negative zone. And like I said, this book was just non-stop. And then pretty much what we see here is Richard Rider is somebody who has kind of been in charge. It was part of, I guess, God, was it all part of, and they talk about it in here with the, not with the negative zone, but like the Cancerverse. It kind of lived through them. Again, I don't know a whole lot about that, and it doesn't really fill you in on a whole lot in this book, but it did a little bit in the Nova book. Told you a little bit about that. And what we can see here, who's kind of one of the guys who's leading the charge here, is Johnny. I almost said Johnny Blaze, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, of the Fantastic Four, the Human Torch. He's here kind of leading some of the army because a lot of the people in the negative zone have been, I guess he's been the leader of it there before in the past, and he's there kind of rallying what little is left of the troops to help fight back against this Annihilation Scourge. And here in this book, pretty much what we see is Richard Rider kind of makes the ultimate sacrifice in the hopes of destroying and putting an end to this. And it got pretty ugly here in this book, and I'll go ahead and show you kind of some of the action that ends up going on here through this book. You can see where he kind of this Cancerverse just kind of he ends up just absorbing it, kind of giving into it. Like I said, he makes the ultimate sacrifice, and there's some really great action scene that happens here in the end. And if you feel like any of this is spoilers, guys, please let me know, because just some really cool things here. But a lot of it, when in the art comes down to the context of what's going on. But I've got to show you this one. These panels right here. I'll just leave it at that right here, where the Silver Surfer comes in to help take things over and help win this battle. But altogether, I liked this one. The art in it was okay. It wasn't bad. Some of the other books had some really great art in it. But again, this story was really good. This last book was really good. Like I said, it seemed to move a little bit fast though, but you still kind of got everything explained to you for this story arc. And this one pretty much wraps it up, guys. Like I said, this series has overall been pretty good. I almost wish there was maybe like another issue or two to this, to maybe explain a few other things that somebody like me, who hasn't really read and knows a whole lot of what's been going on here before in this book. But altogether, really, really great series. And all these stories, like I said, they were all one-shot issues that kind of tied up together in this series. And this one was actually done right. They did this one right in the right way, because all of the one-shots in this series ended up serving the larger purpose of the story going forward. And that's something I can't really say about another event out there that I will be bringing a review of here on the channel very soon, and you guys might know what that is. But that's all I have for this video today, folks. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read Annihilation Scourge? Have you been reading this event? If so, what do you think about it? Let's talk down in the comments below. That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, click the little bell, all that good stuff that YouTube tells me to tell you to do. While you're at it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down if you like, it's all good. But make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the 2nd Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Go out and support your local comic book shop, guys. Let's read some good books and let's talk about them down in the comments below. And we'll see you in the next video. Later.